Tzar is one of the oldest RTS games out there. It is also a very special game. Nonetheless, this game allows you to create, without cheating, one of the most overpowered units you probably can get in any game. Let me tell you a story of Percival, a boy that lost his home and decided to take on this journey of becoming the strongest. Only boy named Percival survived that night. The menace that took his home more than 10 years ago now wages war across the land. He became a refugee in the southern state, and he trained to become a battle mage. Not for revenge, but to ensure that something like this would never happen again. To achieve this, he will have to become the strongest, because the enemy is vast and will show no mercy. 12 hours in game have passed, and the big wall has defended us for now. But to stop this madness, we will have to take the fight to the enemy. This is a regular mage with nice stats, already one of the strongest units in the game. And this is Percival with a bit more stats. He became the strongest non-cheated RTS character of all time. Throughout the 12 hours, he shopped for various things that would increase his power. He would take them and drink a potion, increasing his stat. He did it quite a lot. With these items, he increased the attack, defense, health, mana, and the level of the character. In this game, the numbers are quite literal, meaning if the unit has 40 attack, it will deal 40 damage. Or if the unit has 85 armor, it will block 85 damage. This is a dragon. He has 25 attack, which means it should block all of his damage. However, to balance this, the armor is capped at 1 damage per unit. He can one-shot everyone, but everyone will do only 1 damage. So there's no difference between 80 armor or 5,000. And after 12 hours, Percival was ready, and he was determined to protect the innocent. And he showed no mercy. He started slaughtering everyone, one-shotting everything. Maybe there was still some hatred left after all these years. With all of his mana, he could summon fire at his will. Creatures of the night that would aid him to destroy the enemy. But still, this wasn't enough. As the enemy chipped 1 health at a time, he wasn't able to stop all of them, and more would come. So he retreated for now. At least they have to attack him 2,577 times, because that is his health. The next day, he came up with a plan. He asked for help in the monastery, and the monks heard his call. In the time he would take damage, they could heal him and theoretically sustain him forever. The carnage continued, everything being one-shot and taking only 1 damage. He took so many enemies down, and anytime his health would go low, he would just retreat. The monks would come and heal him back to full. But even that wouldn't be enough, because the enemy was sending so much forces. Realizing this, he would retreat once again. The next day, as he couldn't push the enemy head on, with his monks, he boarded a ship. He sailed across the lake to do a sneak attack into the enemy base. It is actually crazy how powerful 1 unit can get in this game. You can pretty much spend more than 12 hours and just pump it with potions and potions. Sadly, the unit won't be immortal because, yes, they will always deal 1 damage, but you can get the health into insane heights. And with some healers, it is pretty much infinite. But sadly, one thing is quite awkward, especially with the mana, because we can get pretty much infinite mana, but the mage only recharges it up to 100. So, yeah, this is red forever, so we cannot spam it as I would love to. Meanwhile, as they were sneaking past the enemy, town managed to rally its troops, and when the distraction would happen here, they would send the army to aid Percival. And we can also equip them with all the leftover items, which will make them pretty crazy. So now we have some insanely buffed units as well. And the army was near complete. Percival managed to sneak into the enemy base, and he started obliterating everything, even the buildings. Everything would fall under his wrath. The rage from the past would surface out. Nothing would stand in his way. Insane. He massacred so many that he started to distract the enemy forces, and the chariots could march undetected. His rage would spare no one, but sadly even the innocent. In his pent-up rage, his fireballs would hit even the family homes. Family inside that house had no chance of surviving. He was too blinded by the rage. Meanwhile, the chariots of the southern border managed to sneak into the town. The enemy was surrounded. The enemy was defeated. No more tyranny and no more fear about the future. This 1 unit managed to win the entire game, destroying everything. It is actually insane how powerful 1 unit can get in this RTS game. And now everything was back to normal. And after all these years of hard work, Percival could achieve peace. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you don't mind seeing me more often, consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. Take care, guys.